Hello, good morning, happy Monday. We are here for another episode of Mondays with Marketing. I am Jake Harmon, one of the agent marketing specialists here at the We Marketing Agency. And today we're going to be talking about content marketing and what it is and kind of what to expect it to look like in 2022. Before we get into that, make sure there should be a link on this post to grant permission for StreamYard and myself to see who you are when you leave a comment. That way we can get interactive. I can put your comment on the stream just like this. Good morning, Paula. Thank you for tuning in as always. So if you want to get your name and picture up here, just like Paula, make sure to grant permission so that way we can actually see you guys. Again, this is live here in the private We group on Facebook. Normally it's on LinkedIn as well. We're having a little bit of issues with the LinkedIn for now, but we are live on our YouTube channel where this will be archived. And then we started uploading these to a podcast network. Once I get that information solidified with our team as far as where you guys can actually, download and listen to these in podcast form, I'll get that information out to you. But I believe it's going to be kind of on everywhere you can get your podcast. All right. Hello, April. Good morning, all the way from across the country. Our fearless marketing director is, of course, tuning in, doing work while she's supposed to be on vacation, but that's okay. Anyway, so let's, where am I on this? Let's kind of jump right into this. We got content marketing trends to watch in 2022. First, before we get too far into this, let's talk about what is content marketing. Content marketing is a process of planning, creating, distributing, sharing, and publishing content via channels such as social media, blogs, websites, podcasts, apps, press releases, just pretty much anything you can think of to push content out. And the goal is to reach your target audience and increase brand awareness, sales, engagements, and loyalty. That exact definition, of course, we'll attribute to HubSpot, one of the marketing kind of just, the gems, the kind of go-to network that we all search for. Essentially, it's getting your content in front of your audience without trying to be too salesy, building that loyalty, building awareness around yourself and your brand, and just kind of establishing yourself as a thought leader within your particular market and to your audience. All right. How does content marketing help your audience specifically? Helps to educate your leads and prospects about the services that you offer, can help boost conversions, helps build relationships. I have that one in all caps on the slideshow because it's hugely important to pretty much everything we do in marketing and in sales and in your business as well as real estate agents. And then it helps to demonstrate how your services can help solve their problems. And it creates a sense of community around your overall brand. Again, we're trying to build that trust and build that kind of awareness around you and your community and how you are going to be able to help your current, past, and future clients. Now, how does content marketing help you as the real estate agent? It's a great way to improve your organic search results. It establishes you as a trusted source that your audience prefers to get their information through. Content marketing should not sell your product or services directly to your audience, but it's just overall sell you. What makes you worth working with? Why do I want to work with agent A versus agent B? And again, this is all about trust. When trust is built, that's going to become your biggest selling point. And then lastly, it keeps your costs low with an organic focus. So we're not talking about creating Facebook ads or search engine ads like we've talked about in past episodes. We're talking about organic content that you're going to create or that you can have the We Marketing Agency create for you. And you're going to push this across your social media network, in blog posts on your website, just anything that's going to be a free and natural source for your audience to find you. Before we move on, I see we got a couple questions or a couple things in the comments. A couple people just saying hello. So again, this is why I want to point out. So when you don't click on the link for StreamYard to be able to see you, this is what it comes up to for me. So I'm not sure who you are, but hello. And then to this other Facebook user, hello as well. If I go, I could scroll through. Do you see? Okay, we've got Michael and Lori. Hello all. Thank you guys. Had to click over tabs to go check out the Facebook group myself. Yeah, so let's kind of go forward. So some forms of content marketing. Again, we touched on this very briefly. This could be things like blog posts, ebooks, video content, infographics, cheat sheets, your buyers and seller guides, white papers or other reports, slide decks such as this one, different case studies, demos. Again, this is pretty much anything you can create and push across your channels. And ideally, we're going to offer this stuff to our audience at no cost, whether it's we're not asking them for, necessarily their email addresses and contact information. We're just saying, hey, this is some free information I have that can help you when you're deciding what to do with selling or buying a home. Tune in for more information, kind of thing. Then as you continue this on over a period of time, you're then going to be, peppering in those the gated content where, hey, I gave you this, I can give you this just for your email and name and other information, basic information, so that way I can send you more. Then when you're collecting that information, that helps you tailor not only then your the content side, the free stuff, as well as it helps tailor the more, the critical parts where, we're creating ads and we're going to be putting spend behind things. Helps you get to know your audience, so that way you're going to get the most value out of what you're spending, or in this case of content marketing, what you're not spending, just your time. So let's talk about some distribution channels. There's 4 main distribution channels that we think of when it comes to marketing. There's the owned channels. This is content shared on channels you own, such as your Facebook profile, your Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, your personal website. I just realized I put Facebook on there twice. So any way that these are all the free ways to connect with your audience. They're quick, they're customizable. You already have them established, and you can get them going like that. Organic channels. This is when you optimize your SEO on like blogs or on your websites to kind of help you perform better in search results. So we want to get ideally to the top 3 or 4 returned items when someone Googles, whether they're Googling our name or our website specifically. That's going to get us to the top. But what about when I Google real estate agent near me? Am I going to get Paul and Niket, or am I going to get Bob from Los Angeles? It's what kind of search result, how am I going to improve my search results to where when people are searching more general real estate topics and how to connect with someone, how am I going to get my name to the top? Got a couple more things on in the chat. I'm loving the interaction on the chat. April, again, should be on vacation, but how best can you track your content to make sure you're producing and sharing the best quality? Exactly. So this is a way to help that by you can track these results. You can look at, things like shares, comments, likes, all that kind of thing to make sure that your content's performing. If you're not getting the likes or shares or comments, then you probably need to work on the content. Another thing from April, we love seeing agents share different types of content because your audience all have different needs and wants and want their answers to their questions in different forms: audio, visual, reading, etc. Yeah, so we see a lot of our agents doing this already, and it's great to see how everyone's doing it differently and what kind of results they're getting. We have this one from Facebook user. When looking for new business, what type of content would you recommend for agents to pursue? So this, and this kind of goes along, I would say, probably with Paula's question as well, with how do you get your name to the top? They all kind of work together. It's all about your audience and getting to know your audience. So by doing things like researching competitors, researching, like joining different Facebook groups that have people who are looking for homes, whether it's buying or selling, just seeing like kind of the types of homes they're buying or the types of questions they're asking. And we'll get into more of that a little bit later in this episode, because I do have some information on how to kind of build that audience and find out, how to create the content that's going to really help you reach the people and help get your name to the top of the search results. All right. Paid channels. So we've talked over the last couple of weeks about paid advertising, whether it's on Facebook, on LinkedIn. I think we touched on that a little bit. Instagram, everything that we'd pay for. So this is paid advertising through sponsored ads on social media and search engines. Now, your earned channels. This is the most difficult channel to really effectively create, but it's also your most valuable distribution channel. So this is when you've started to establish a core audience that recognizes you as a thought leader. And then when you share something or when you post something, not only are they commenting, tagging people, and liking it, but they're also sharing it onto their own channels to get more people to look at it. This is really easily done in LinkedIn, because anytime, like say if Paula, go back to you, say if Paula posted something on her LinkedIn channel and then I liked that post that she made, everyone in my own LinkedIn network then will be able to see that what I liked. They'll see, oh, Jake liked Paula Niquette's post, and then the post will be right there in their own stream to see, and then they can engage with it. So it helps just get you out to an audience that you wouldn't normally get by just posting to your traditional channels. This also includes people like sharing, like if you write a blog, and I happen to have a website that I write my own blog, and say I read your blog while researching topics for my blog, I might link your blog within my blog, and that's a back channel link that helps anyone who's reading my blog see like, oh, like there's more information on this here. Let me click this. And then next thing you know, they're on Paula's blog. So it helps just build that kind of expertise around what you're trying to do. All right. So 5 content marketing trends to pay attention to in 2022. Let's dive a little bit deeper here. So interactive. We all know, we've talked about this on several episodes about how important it is for to be interactive with your clients or with your audience. So interactive content invites your audience to participate with your content and is measured by clicks, taps, comments, shares, etc. Just like we talked about, the more you can get your audience to interact and really truly engage with your content, the more effective that content is, and it's going to be able to kind of spread like a wildfire, if you will. People will share it. Next thing you know, hopefully you're going viral. Red Door Interactive, a marketing agency based out here in San Diego, defines it like this: interactive content sets the stage for a personalized, engaging, and ideally fun way for a consumer to receive brand education and product or service recommendations. Now, how do we implement interactive content? One way you can do this, and we touched on this a little bit earlier, start by reviewing competitors' frequently asked question pages and consider how you would address those same customer pain points yourself. Then create fun ways to interact with your audience around those topics to build trust in your brand. So for real estate agents, this could be just going to whether it's another broker's site on the frequently asked questions or another agent's site that you're directly competing with, that you're going into a seller's presentation and agent A and B are going to be there as well from brokerage A and B, and you're the third agent that they're going to meet with. What kind of things can you learn about what those agents may be talking about and how you can put your own spin on it to make it better for the client? And then you can take this kind of stuff and put it on social media. You can do a question on Instagram where in an Instagram story, it says, you put it like a trend of, market or with home prices selling at top dollar, what is your biggest worry going into an open house or into making an offer? And then just get people to answer those questions. And then in content that you release, you can then answer those questions for them and use it as a tool to make your content more interactive. Personalization is key. So this may not always be easy to do, but it's incredibly impactful. So the more that you can tailor your posts and your content around your audience, specifically individuals within your audience, the better off you're going to be. So a great way to do this is to identify an area where your marketing communications can help your audience feel heard. Again, this kind of goes back to the what we just talked about frequently asked questions. Finding out what their pain points are, getting that information from them, and then actively turning around with solutions for them. Again, we want to make sure that you are positioned well to help your clients in the best way possible, to where when they have a need arise, they're going to go to you rather than someone else. And then you can design web experiences around this content. So this is a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit more involved. But when people are signing up for various things on your website, when they return to your website, what kind of information are they going to see? How are we going to target that person when they come into the website to be able to easily find the answers that they're looking for? Artificial intelligence is our friend, despite what the Will Smith movie from like 2010 described it as. Artificial intelligence is a great tool for us to use, and utilizing AI in content development helps to optimize our efforts while streamlining the process of creating copy and saving time on deadlines. So this can help just overall compact what we're trying to do, make it easier for us, and help us save time. You can do this by optimized blogs, sales pages, chatbots. Chatbots are phenomenal, especially on your Facebook page, on your business page. You could actually set it up to where when someone likes your page or follows your page, they automatically get a message in Facebook Messenger that says, "Hey, blah, blah, blah. Welcome to my page. Glad you just took the time to follow. Here's a link to my website to learn more information." You can also experiment with different options based on what you see that your audience prefers. There's a lot of ways to go with this, and it really is limitless now in 2022. And here we have audio and video marketing is here to stay. So as of basically today, as of 2022, video-based storytelling has overtaken almost all other forms of online content. An easy way to start with this is, start with your top performing content and then create new versions of that are audio only or video only. We're doing something like that with this show, where we're taking the archived episodes and we are pulling the audio out of them to make just podcast versions that are then uploaded. So where it's another way for you to get the information. I don't know about all of you, but my biggest thing that I do pretty much every day is I listen to podcasts constantly, whether I'm driving or even here at the office. I usually have a podcast playing in the background, and lots of people will do this. So if you can create engaging content that your audience likes, and then just turn it around and do other forms, it just gives your audience that many more ways that they can get your information. They can listen to it. They can, see it in other ways. One thing to keep in mind is keep accessibility in mind. So if you're doing video content, always, always, always make sure that you have captions on, audio generated captions. This goes back into AI. This helps anyone who is visually impaired, not visually, audibly impaired, to be able to still understand what you're doing in your video. And this one here, newsletters are making a comeback. So we've had an influx of agents asking us about newsletters and helping them generate newsletters. Again, according to Red Door, email allows for hyper-segmentation of audiences and robust analytics with a higher ROI than social media efforts. So with newsletters, you could see a lot of services now allow you to see not only who in your mailing list has opened your emails, but when they've opened it, whether or not they've clicked on a link that you have in there, whether or not they opened it a second time. And it really helps you see, is your content really engaging? Do you need to maybe do something else with your emails? Are a lot of people opening them, but not clicking what's in it? That's really great information to have that will then take you to like, okay, people want to read my emails. I have good engaging, subject lines maybe, and they trust what I've said in the past, but they're just not clicking on what I'm putting in there. So why is that? How can I, learn from what they're not doing? So in a nutshell, email marketing allows you to reach your audience directly without spending on ads and provides a ton of analytics data. And just to kind of wrap that up, a great way to implement newsletters: create a list of goals tied to specific audiences that you've created within your CRM, and then work to answer questions around those goals and audiences. So again, Am I doing enough to deliver the content this specific audience wants to see? Am I collecting the right information at sign up to ensure that I can actually deliver that right content? So, when I have people sign up for my newsletter, am I just getting their email and first and last name? Probably in many cases, but does that really tell you anything about that person in your mailing list? Other ways that you can collect more information is, demographic information, zip code, first time home buyer, second home buyer, stuff like that to help, really target and create individualized audiences to where then when you send out a newsletter, you're not just sending out a generic kind of catch-all newsletter. You're creating one specifically targeting first-time home buyers or vacation home buyers and stuff like that. And just like with every episode and everything else that we do, if you want to learn more about, how you can ramp up your marketing efforts or how the We Marketing Agency can help take your, small business to the next level, reach out to us. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to the agency as a whole. You can text marketing to 530-487-0197. And you can also email the We Marketing Agency at wemarketingagency@gmail.com. That's WHEMARKETING agency, AGENCY @gmail.com. I'm going to do one more quick check of the comments. How do you get a bot like that? So Paula, there's different ways that this can be done. There's a lot of different chatbot services. There's just like I had mentioned, in Facebook, you could actually set up your Facebook business page to automatically send messages. You could also have it set up to where you have a list of pre-input answers to questions or messages that they might send you. There's lots of different ways, and of course, we can help you kind of navigate those. So feel free to reach out anytime. And then, as always, guys, if you have any questions after the show's aired, feel free to leave them in the comments. Myself and oftentimes our marketing director, April Wilhelm, despite being on vacation, we'll kind of look through those comments on Facebook and try to answer them as we can. And again, thank you guys for tuning in. This episode will be available on our YouTube channel and podcast form. And we'll push it out. We'll see you next time. Have a great week.